Hey everybody, Justin Siener here. Just going to show you a quick video. We talk about ways to find and do design research, right? We need to provide design ideas and inspiration to our designer. And I often talk about Pinterest and Google Images and Teespring and Wanello. I really, and you could definitely use all those tools, but I really like using T-Spy. I'm going to show you, why I like it in a second. I like using T-Spy because it just, is going to make things go quicker. And, this product's actually been out for over a year, but it's still doing the same thing that it did back then. And all it does is basically just index all of the t-shirt designs that have ever been put on Teespring or Viral Style or T-Chip or any of the big platforms. So there's just a huge amount of t-shirts out there that are going to let us get inspiration to be able to give to our designer. And to be clear, I'm definitely not talking about stealing a design pixel for pixel, but taking design ideas that you find from other T-shirts and using those for inspiration to build a similar but not exactly the same shirt. In the T-shirt space, that's being done all the time, and I think that's kind of the way that it's accepted. So this is why, or the reason why the site exists is because people want to do competition research. They want to do product research and design research and see kind of what's working. So not only does this site index all of the designs, so you're going to see hundreds of thousands of designs, but it also attaches the sales data, because these sites like Teespring and all the T platforms like that, they right on the page show you how many pieces were sold. So the whole idea behind this is that, again, we're not copying, but we're taking inspiration, and not only are we taking inspiration from things that are relevant to our niche, you're going to see we could literally just type in our niche. What we're also seeing are winners inside our niche. So, similar to the idea of looking for social proof and sales proof when we were going through Pinterest and Teespring, this one literally sorts by sales proof. Number of sales for the campaign on those T platforms. So if you're seeing a shirt that sold 5,000 copies and you want to do something similar to it, at least you know that you're already in the the right ballpark. You're close. You're going to be close. Hopefully you can see the same type of success as whatever designs you're finding inspiration from. But it's just simply the idea that you would rather start with a winner or something close to a winner than something that you have no feedback on. So I'm going to show you about it. There's a couple different plans that you can join or that you can use, and they're obviously different prices. The free plan, it's cool to just check out and see what's going on, but you're not going to be able to do the most important thing, and that's search and sort by the amount of pieces sold. We need that information because we need to know we need to know exactly how many sold. We need to know which campaigns are hot, which designs are proven to be hot sellers, because that's where we want to take the inspiration from. So, you're pretty much going to be looking at either business or pro in terms of which plan you're going to pick. The niches side of things, especially for when you want to run niche stores, this is going to just give you tons and tons of ideas that maybe aren't exactly under the search term of your niche, but they're related. So, we could take a look at that in a second. We're going to do a little demo in the back end, or once we log into our account here. And it also has trends and inspirations, pretty helpful, basically just to kind of keep you up to date with, there's always going to be new shirts posted and things like that, so you'll always get that new inspiration. This also has all current and 6-hour sales data in terms of literally what's happening every 6 hours. So if you want to catch a trend, go find something that has been hot over the past 6 hours and then get a new shirt design. So you get that with the business level. $97 a month, but even if you didn't have any of these extra features, it's still a great price just for the basic feature of being able to search out designs that are winners inside your niche. So I'm going to show you now. We'll go into, here's the dashboard. So I'm logged in, see I have the business plan, and I definitely recommend it. I'm going to give you a link. I'll probably put it in the video here. So you can see 645,000 total campaigns that are indexed. That's just crazy. And that, there are so many campaigns out there that you can bet that your niche is going to be represented in these search results. So again, this is just the basic functionality of being able to search through here, but I'm going to do it right now to show you just how powerful it is. So we'll just run through a couple examples. Let's say your niche is nursing, right? You want to search nurse. and it's going to give you 8,100 nurse-related T-shirts, which is, first of all, an unbelievably huge number, right? If you want design inspiration, you could be sitting here for days finding new designs. But here's where, it really gets powerful. You come over here and go to sales total, and you just simply click on it. And that's going to sort the results by number of sales. So now let's take a look at the first design here. It says 3,600 of these have been sold. So first of all, it would be awesome, I don't care if you're a beginner or a pro, you would love to have 3,600 sales for a single t-shirt. That's incredible. So you want to do a shirt where, first of all, we could scroll over and see what the shirt is about. And we see here that, this is a very specific type of nurse, right? I guess you would even argue, is this even a nurse, a vet tech? But either way, this is specific to it. But, here's a great, maybe you came into it thinking you want to do nurse. Maybe you want to do vet techs now. But a real great strategy when you're looking at shirts like this, and this is a great example, you can take this and go horizontally. And that means, instead of vet tech, you could use the same type of design. Obviously, you're going to replace the dogs. And here, I'll bring this up in a bigger window so we could see it. We're going to customize the design for whatever the niche is, right? And here there's some dogs up there or whatever. But maybe you want to say, I'm a registered nurse, what's your superpower? Or I'm a first grade teacher, what's your superpower? You could find designs in any niche and apply them to your niche. And the cool thing about that is, you're not starting from, a brand new idea. You're starting from an idea that has 3,611 pieces sold. So, that's eye-opening in itself, right? If this person sold 3,600 of this type of design to vet techs, what could you do to nurses or to teachers or to dentists or to doctors or whatever? And this is just one shirt, right? You're going to find tons and tons and tons of inspiration. So let's just look at other ones, right? Here's a big example of applying your, one popular saying that says 3,000 shirts sold. I know that this is not the original of this saying. Some people have to wait their entire lives to meet their hero. I raised mine. So it could, definitely be someone like a nurse's mom. So here's a great shirt for to sell in the nurse niche for sure. And obviously you could also see this would work for nurse dad, nurse grandma, nurse grandpa, nurse husband, nurse wife, right? So lots of variations. But, what if you just change this and you change that little nursing logo to to anything? How about policeman, right? Change it to some graphic related to policeman or fireman or military or even sports related, right? You could see this saying and this idea of this T-shirt clearly resonates with people. It's got close to 3,200 sold. So find inspiration from here. Even if you're in the nurse niche, find inspiration. Use something similar to this in terms of saying, but change it up a little bit. Maybe get a different design and update the design a little bit, and make sure it's not a pixel for pixel copy, but take inspiration from this. 3,200 people like it enough to take their credit card out, so that says a lot. So let's just keep looking through more. This is I guess kind of a nurse saying shirt, and it's funny because I don't understand. It says you wouldn't understand. Well, I'm not sure what exactly it means, but it sold 3,100 of them, and clearly, whatever these things are, it's probably some notes that nurses, probably write on prescriptions or whatever. It clearly resonated with the people that they showed it to. 3,100 sold, so that's great, and it's a hoodie too, so they're getting really good margins. So what you're going to be doing is just looking through all these and starting to get ideas, and maybe you like some, and you'll open it up and you can copy this link, and you could send this directly to your designer, or you can put it in your designer brief when you'll send it over to them, and they're going to really appreciate that because first of all, they don't need an account to see this page, and then they can click in and they can take a look at the design up close, and they could really see the overall idea of it, the fonts and stuff like that, and really they'll be able to do a much better job of finding inspiration and kind of being on brand in terms of matching a design to the niche. So you give them as many examples as you can, and it makes their job easier. But now you're also giving them a lot of examples that are all winners, because that shirt right there sold 2,749 copies of that shirt. So that's incredible. All these have sold over 2,000, 25, 22, 21, 2,000, 2,000. 1900. You know, and you're just looking through all these and finding inspiration. You know, this is a lot. It's just, you know, it took a matter of minutes to find these. It would have taken a lot longer on Pinterest than going through all the other sites. So that's the benefit that you find here. So let's try another. How about another niche? And let's do golf. Okay, so we're gonna go in here and do golf. And again, we're gonna sort by sales total. And in this niche, it's a bit smaller. There's 1,300 golf shirts in here. So we're sorting by sales total. We're going to see, but the most popular one still has a huge amount of sales, 5,500 sales. And, you know, again, going back to the idea, you know, this is not the original shirt for the Heartbeat. You know, you could apply this to any niche. You know, put this Heartbeat and replace the golfer with a pit bull. You know, replace it with, you know, a piece from, you know, a chess piece, if you like chess. Replace it with a tennis racket. You know, this 5,500 sold. This design is not specific to golf outside of the fact that there's a golfer in it. You know, you can make this design for any niche. So you want to find inspiration inside the niche, you got it. If you want to find inspiration just for designs, you still find that here. And it's backed up by the idea that there are 5,000 of these sold. So again, you know, I'm sure you guys have seen this probably in your news feed with the American flag with something else in it. So this is another great example of finding a design that works. So 4,000 of these sold. So this guy or girl, whoever made this thing, this design, probably saw another one of these very similar designs and said, I'm going to apply this to my niche, their niche being golf. And, you know, they take a concept that already works and change it up a little bit, and they have a huge winner. So that's cool. And actually, look at this. These are two different golfer Heartbeat shirts. This one sold 5,000. This one sold 1,200. So, you know, I don't even care. I would be happy selling 1,200. 1,200 copies of one shirt is a lot. You have this one, you know, here's a great one, and you could then start to think about other ways to kind of layer this in. The only thing I love more than being a golfer is being a grandpa. How about the only thing I love more than being a golfer is being a firefighter, or being a teacher, or being a nurse, or whatever. So there's an easy way. This one sold 700, you know, just to this idea of a grandpa. What if you did it to something else? Something's messed up with that one, but I've actually seen that before. I think it says, I know I'm a girl, try to keep up, obviously targeted towards female golfers, and that's cool. But you could take this idea and say, I'm going to make a shirt that's targeted towards female golfers and, you know, kind of make some type of, you know, funny saying that's kind of saying that girls can keep up and, you know, beat up on guys. Something like this, again, world's okayest golfer. You know, there's been world's okayest everything in terms of shirts. So it's taking a concept that's worked and applying it to your niche. This one sold 300. And here's another example, you know, kind of almost the exactly, I think this probably is the same design. Sold another 200. Here's an interesting concept. And this is the, you know, idea of using states to multiply your design. This is still the idea of going horizontal. And let's say you have, I mean, I guess I'm surprised this one really worked, but, you know, this actually isn't what I'm thinking. But what I was going to say is you could, if you were able to find a design that could apply to each state, then you'd have, you know, up to 50 designs right off the bat, because you could just be able to change the name. So something like, you know, this Colorado guy loves disc golf, you know. That's not what this example will end up being, but, you know, that's just a point that's worth saying. It's hard to find those designs, but if you can, they're, you know, really scalable. So you get the idea for the golf niche. You know, what else? How about we do running? See how many there are. There's almost 5,000 running shirts. So that's great. And we'll sort it by sales. Okay, so this one sold 5,000, and, you know, this one, I'm not sure. This obviously doesn't look like it is. Oh, you know what? We're actually getting, because we put in the word running, we're getting this saying time is running out. So, you know, let's forget about that one. Let's try yoga. Okay, and then again, sorting by sales total. So, right, you know, in just a matter of seconds, we're going to be seeing the most popular and the highest sold yoga shirts of all time on Teespring, on Viral Style, Teechip, all the big platforms. So here you go. Here's a big yoga shirt. This one sold 2,353 copies, and it just simply says "Breathe, Believe, Receive." And maybe that's a yoga saying, maybe it's not. I really have no idea. but maybe you could adapt this shirt or this saying into a different design, a better design, and sell more than 2,300. Here's another. This kind of, these look pretty close. Obviously, different sayings: positive mind, positive vibes, positive life. Sold 1,600. Change this saying, or use a similar saying and a similar design, and you might already have a winner, because you know that this isn't an idea that kind of went without any sales. It's telling you right here it had 1,600 sales. So another one. I mean, you could easily make take this saying and change it around a little bit and put a better design. And if this one sold 786, then you might be able to sell way more. So you're just going through here, and this is why this is so powerful. You're able to sort by sales. You could even sort by engagement in terms of Facebook engagement on the ad. And there's some other cool things too. Trends. You could take a look at BuzzFeed trends. It's just a cool way to kind of see what's going on, and you might be able to capture a trend, especially if you're on the business plan. Again, I'm recommending the business plan. It is $97 a month, but this is saving you so much time. You get the every 3 hour update, right? So that is, every 6 hour. The every 6 hour update. Well, that's a great way to catch a trend. There's also Facebook ad search, which is pretty good. You could type in your niche and see what posts are really live right inside of Facebook right now, using the nurse term. So you can go and actually check out live ads, and that's pretty cool. That's like, we actually just saw this shirt. Now we actually see the ad and the fan page too. So here's a great way to kind of figure out what your competitors are doing, and then try to raise the bar and do something better. So look at all these nurse shirts. Talk about inspiration. Not only are you getting inspiration for design, you're getting inspiration for the ads. So a very powerful tool. You do this with any niche. All you need to do is just type it in here. This is in the marketing and the Facebook ad search. There's the interest search too, which is pretty cool. That's going to help you build your ads. So take a look at this. It's going to build a lot of different interests. These are all targetable interests inside of Facebook, all related to the word nurse. So if you're following what I teach, I talk a lot about interest groups. This is a great way to start your interest group building inside this tool. You have inspiration too as well from these other sites, and again, this just speeds up the process of you going and doing it manually. You can set up alerts, which are pretty cool. And niches here, this is where you can kind of find and uncover more. They call it sub niches, but basically just mean deeper within a niche. Drilling down further into a niche, you could find your niche in here and take a look at all the sub niches that are inside of the niche, and be able to get some really good ideas to kind of, actually here's nurse right here. So find sub niches to nurse and see things that are related, and then actually go ahead and see campaigns that are related to the specific types of keywords in here. So you want to really drill down. You want to just do nurse moms. Well, here's a shirt. Can you sell to nurse moms? Let's answer the question right now. And we're just sorting by sales total. That's how we're going to know. And this one is 3,187 to nurses moms. So yeah. This one's 700, 600, almost 600. Clearly, we can sell to nurses' moms. And I guess this one came through as mom somehow, but we could sell to nurses' dad too. Then this one sold 600 copies. This one sold 445. So this is a really powerful way to find more specific types of shirts that can let you narrow down your audience. And this is inside of the nurse, and then basically what they're calling sub niches. But they're pretty much just interest groups within the nursing group. So really great. It shows you the percentage in terms of how relevant the shirt's going to be, and this is a great way to get specific. And it's really a great way to find specific shirts. And then when you combine very specific shirts with very specific targeting, so nurse moms. That's often creates a situation where these people haven't seen a lot of shirts that are targeted directly to them and then put directly in front of their face on Facebook. So it's kind of a really cool opportunity to get a really high converting shirt when you go down this route of being very specific. So this is the idea of T-Spy, and I definitely recommend it just because of the idea. Again, it's going to make you move quicker. So here are the plans. Really free is not going to do anything. So you're going to be somewhere between 27 and 97 a month. I do recommend this one specifically for the 6 hour sales updates, the niches, and the inspiration. And I just, I recommend the tool overall. So it's going to save you a lot of time. So there you go. This is the T-Spy video. You guys see my my link here. So check it out, sign up, and let me know what you think.